Girls don't have penises, Winnie.
Mary Margaret does. Penises are weird.
Can we stop saying penis, please? Where'd this happen, anyway?
In the bathroom.
I forgot that scene. How did you forget that scene? I watched Lady Ballers, so you don't have to. And let me tell you something, don't. Holy shit. Well, I will say it is a good watch if you're stupidly high on drugs and you're with friends and you want to have a nice, fun night laughing at something that is horrible. Just horrific in its presentation, its execution, everything. It's just bad. It's just terrible. It's like if you took a 2002 comedy, like straight to DVD comedy movie from like an off-brand studio that you've never heard of with like actors that are like up and coming at best and like apprentices at worst, you know? And you just threw this all together and created the biggest pile of absolute dog shit that you've ever seen in your entire life. It is just so bad. And the IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes reviews, let's take a look. So initially, I believe they were pretty good, the reviews, because of course Matt Walsh and friends, the Daily Wire crew, who are in charge of the movie, decided to tell their audience to flood the ratings, as you can see here, to give them 5 stars. But then, of course, you got a little stack of 1 stars at the bottom here. Here, I want to read this one. In terms of quality and production value, the film is obviously going to have flaws. The cast is made up of in-house Daily Wire personalities and a few cameos. Don't expect the same masterful delivery that you get from Will Ferrell or other comedic icons. But the acting is passable for the most part. Matt Walsh steals the show with his performance as a woke hippie, deftly reenacting the delusions and pipe dreams spewed by today's left-wing activists. Matt Walsh was my favorite. Unironically, Matt Walsh was my favorite. Jeremy Boring also does surprisingly well as the protagonist, a washed-up father and former basketball coach trying to reclaim his once-held fame. Whatever the movie lacks a right? I liked it. It wasn't as funny as I might have liked it, and it dragged a bit in the middle, but I loved the sweet moments with Coach Rob and his daughter. When she did her bit about boys being better at everything, it literally made me cry. We'll talk about that part. I could believe a young child might feel this way. Her father's response was wonderful. I also like how gently the film dealt with Alex's gender confusion. I did not see any hate in this movie. What? What? There's racism in like the first 10 minutes. What? This movie was dog shit. And the reason it's dog shit is not just because I disagree with it politically. It's because it is dog shit. It starts with like a basketball game, right? And like it's like the glory days where this guy's a coach and he wins the game, whatever. And then it moves into like the future where they're all like washed up, right? Basketball was like the highlight of their life. And so this dude is like a washed up basketball coach from college, maybe high school. I forget. He was a washed up basketball coach and he goes to like try to recruit these guys again because he's trying to like regain his former glory. He's a freshly divorced dad. He doesn't really get to see he gets to see his daughter. And his former wife, his ex-wife, married the guy who Matt Walsh plays, which is a hippie. And I'll show you real quick. So the guy marries this guy. So that's a pretty big L, right? Well, actually, no, I disagree. I think Matt Walsh like this is actually a lot more likable. If he acted like this in real life, then I would like him a lot more. He actually is surprisingly good in this role. I'm not kidding. I thought that he did a pretty good job acting, which is funny because of all of them, he is the only one who does not have a failed career in acting, which is very telling. I wish we got this Matt. In another universe, we do have this Matt Walsh. Who meditates and is vegan, right? And eats bugs. No, he's not vegan. He eats bugs. That's not vegan. Oh yeah, see this sign behind him? I need to, hold on. How do I pull up this sign? So we see this sign in one of the first parts of the movie. And there's 2 of them, but like, you know. In this house, we believe, crickets are delicious. Silence is violence. And this is all Matt Walsh's character's sign, right? Speech is also violence. No one is illegal, but Europeans coming to America was bad. Guns don't kill people. White people kill people. Also, guns kill people. Trans rights are human rights. Feelings don't care about your facts. Pride Month is every month. Social credit scores, whatever, and you get there. The earth is literally going to burst into flames. So yeah, you guys get the idea. What's funny is that this is such a betrayal that they don't understand our beliefs at all, right? When we make fun of conservative beliefs, we do it with a grain of truth in it. You know what I mean? Like we exaggerate, but this is not exaggeration of our beliefs. This is a complete and total misunderstanding of what we believe, right? It's bumper sticker slogans. That's all it is. And so that's why it doesn't hit like leftist comedy does. And I'm not saying all leftist comedy is good, by the way. A lot of the time it's dog shit. But we actually know, and normal people, by the way, normal comedy, we actually know what their beliefs are and how to make fun of them. You cannot make fun of somebody's beliefs if you don't understand them. So that's strike one. There was also like a racist scene in the beginning where they had like the best, like he was like coaching high school basketball or something, or middle school basketball. And like, these are like disaffected kids who are like on their phones. They don't care or whatever. And he's trying to like coach them up and whatever. And they're like dismissed. And then this black kid like drops a power drill from his jacket by accident. And like the coach like tells him, like points out that he like stole it from the wood shop. I forget what the exact context was, but basically the implication was that he stole it, which is insane, right? They just tossed that in there. It's just there now, right? There's another scene here. I'll pull up this scene real quick since I have it up, but I want to go over this scene real quick. And this guy, I don't know who he is. I don't fucking care. He's an idiot. But let's watch this scene real quick.
And Mary Margaret showed me her penis.
Some boy showed you his penis?
What? No, not a boy, Daddy. Gross. Mary Margaret, she's a girl.
Girls don't have penises, Winnie.
Mary Margaret does. Penises are weird.
Can we stop saying penis, please? Where'd this happen, anyway?
In the bathroom.
I forgot that scene. How did you forget that scene?
Why are they letting boys in the girls' bathroom?
Why do you keep Mr.
Remember when you were a kid and like you all showed each other your genitalia in the bathroom at school? I remember when that happened.
Gendering Mary Margaret?
What are you talking about?
It's very transphobic of you.
How do you...
This is the new movie called Lady Ballers, streaming exclusively on Daily Wire Plus. The irony is, even though this is a new movie, it came out yesterday, this actually
I want to let this play out because I've seen this and this dude's such a idiot.
happens. Our public school
This actually
system, I
happens.
think everyone knows, is failing us. That's why a movie like this is so important, is it's exposing what actually happens. The liberals, the left, the critics.
Worth reminding you guys that this originally was intended to be a documentary, and they didn't do it because the Daily Wire crew was too much of pussies to go through with HRT long enough that they would be qualified to play women's sports. Ben Shapiro has admitted as much. So no, this is not happening.
They're all going crazy right now. Everyone is wanting to see this movie. If you want to watch it, make sure you guys head over to Daily Wire Plus. They're giving like half off, something like that, to every new subscriber.
Okay, so here's the thing. In my last video that I did about the trailer for Lady Ballers, this girl was the center of a sex joke, right? It was a pretty harmless sex joke. I'm not saying it was like in poor taste. It's just one of those things where the guy's like, I can be a man in the bedroom and a woman on the court. Hell yeah. And then like they slap their hands. And then this girl's like, what do you mean in the bedroom? Like to sleep? And then the dude's like, yeah. When obviously he meant sex, right? Harmless, but a sex joke nonetheless. This, however, is pretty egregious, right? Think about it. They're trying to convince you that the left is the people feeding kids information. They literally fed this girl lines that, like, she had to sit there and internalize and then read out, you know? Like, she had to perform this. And so she's the one saying that, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like, they took a real 8-year-old and said, these are the lines that you're going to say, and then made her say it. And they put that in this movie, and they're trying to convince people with this performance that this is what the left is doing, when the only people that did it was Daily Wire. It's just insane to me, you know? And, like, I wouldn't really have that much of a problem with like her saying the word penis. I don't care if kids say the word penis in a vacuum. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, they exist. They're a body part. Half the kids who are born have one. You might as well tell them what it is and why it's there, right? So I don't really care in as far as that goes. But like they literally sat this girl down and said, okay, here's the deal. You're in school and you have a trans friend, quote unquote, and this trans friend showed you his penis, right? In the bathroom. And then they made her say the line, does anybody understand what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. She was made part of a sex joke. And this girl, by the way, she was the best actor in the movie, hands down. Phenomenal job by this girl. What a queen. Weird given the context. I think it's a teacher in this instance. No, it's not a teacher who showed her his penis. It was a trans girl that was in school with her. So basically what they're saying is the real ass of this joke is a fictional character who happens to be a trans child. And what they're implying is that this trans child sexually molested this girl or like assaulted or whatever, or like exposed herself to her, when by the way, that can happen with a girl. Okay, so Mary Margaret showed me her penis. Okay, let's replace the word penis with vagina. Oh, does Does that make it better? Is that fine? So if she had said Mary Margaret showed me her vagina, would the dad have just been like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, okay, that's fine. Why not? Why not? That's totally good. It's all good. Oh, your vagina. Okay, well now, see, I thought it was the other genitalia, but now that you're saying it's a vagina, that's fine. No, that's not fine. Like, that's just as icky. Exactly, PP girl. It's just as icky. Thank you for the good word choice. Anyway. The bottom line is, and then they had a scene with this girl later, and I won't try to find it, but there was a scene toward the climax of the show where this girl comes running over and is like, "Dad, I want to be a boy," right? And then her dad's like, "Why? What's wrong?" And she says, "Because boys are better at everything. They're better at basketball and this and then that and then this, and I just want to be better at these things and blah 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 blah." And they're trying to make it out like this is what goes through a trans child's head, when that's simply not the case. It's simply not. I want to show you guys what it really looks like to be a trans child. And you've probably seen this before if you're in my audience. I've shown it a few times, but I think it's worth bringing up in this context. So this is the real experience of the dad of a trans child. Ready?
My name is Brandon Bulware, and Chairman, I'll go as quickly as I can. I'm a lifelong Missourian. I'm a business lawyer. I'm a Christian. I'm the son of a Methodist minister. I'm a husband. I'm the father of 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, including a wonderful and beautiful transgender daughter, who today happens to be her birthday, and I chose to be here. She doesn't know that. She thinks I'm at work. One thing I often hear when transgender issues are discussed is, I don't get it. I don't understand. And I would expect some of you to have said that and feel the same way. I didn't get it either. For years, I didn't get it. For years, I would not let my daughter wear girl clothes. I did not let her play with girl toys. I forced my daughter to wear boy clothes and get short haircuts, play on boy sports teams. Why did I do this? To protect my child. I did not want my daughter or her siblings to get teased. And truth be told, I did it to protect myself as well. I wanted to avoid those inevitable questions as to why my child did not look and act like a boy. My child was miserable. I cannot overstate that. She was absolutely miserable, especially at school. No confidence, no friends, no laughter. I honestly say this, I had a child who did not smile. We did that for years. We did that against the advice of teachers, therapists, and other experts. I remember the day everything changed for me. I'd gotten home from work, and my daughter and her brother were in the front lawn. And my daughter had sneaked on one of her older sister's play dresses. And they wanted to go across the street and play with the neighbor's kids. It was time for dinner. I said, come in. She asked, can she go across the street? I said, no. She asked me if she went inside and put on boy clothes, could she then go across the street and play? And it's then that it hit me that my daughter was equating being good with being someone else. I was teaching her to deny who she is. As a parent, the one thing we cannot do, the one thing, is silence our child's spirit. And so on that day, my wife and I stopped silencing our child's spirit. The moment we allowed my daughter to be who she is, to grow her hair, to wear the clothes she wanted to wear, she was a different child. And I mean, it was immediate. It was a total transformation. I now have a confident, a smiling, a happy daughter. She plays on a girls' volleyball team. She has friendships. She's a kid.
Well, hold on. Stop right there. You said she plays on a girls' volleyball team. Well, that's a step too far, mister. That's evil. We must purge them.
Today, as a parent, to share my story, I need you to understand that this language, if it becomes law, will have real effects on real people. It will affect my daughter. It will mean she cannot play on the girls' volleyball team or dance squad or tennis team. I ask you, please don't take that away from my daughter or the countless others like her who are out there. Let them have their childhoods. Let them be who they are. I ask you to vote against this legislation.
So that's what it's like to have a trans child. Just so you know, just to put that on the record for you. Now, I don't want to get too passionate right now because this is a very, very silly movie, and I don't think that the vast majority of people who bother looking at it are going to take it seriously. Or maybe they will because they're all Daily Wire fans. I don't know. But the people who take it seriously are already bought and sold, right? So I don't want to like get too passionate, but that's what a real trans child looks like. Now, is it going to be the same experience every time? Of course not. But trans kids don't just decide, hey, I'm trans because like I just feel like it one day, right? I just thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be fun to try to be a boy. I might as well try it, right? I'll never know if I don't try it. To experiment. No, it's usually a very deep set emotional process that requires a lot of attention, and care and love. And usually it's very obvious. Not always, but usually. And so when movies like this make light of that, it's just disgusting, It's just gross. That being the case, like I said, it is a very stupid and goofy movie. There's probably some stuff that I wanted to talk about it that I missed, but I will be reviewing a couple of people who also review it. Who have a very different opinion than I do. So if I forget anything, I'll try to put it in those videos. There's at least 2 of them I want to go over. There's a Critical Drinker and I can't remember his name, but there's one other guy. And we'll do that next because I think it'll be fun. But anyway, to put a cap on this, sorry. Terrible movie. -5 stars out of 5, but good for a laugh if, I won't tell you to pay for it, but I won't tell you to pirate it either. Wink, wink. Right? So good for a laugh if you're ever hanging out with your friends and, getting high and whatever, and just need something to really, giggle at. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.